But this gets us to the key question of tonight, which is, can we know with any kind of clarity that the elephant has spoken, that there is a purpose to life that we have to submit to? And could that be good news at all? So let's take for instance this idea of the creation story. There's lots of views about this, and maybe Christians disagree on this, so hold the tomatoes, Christians, if I say something you don't like. But one view on this creation account of these days is, so some would say, maybe this day is more than 24 hours, right? Other parts of the Bible say, one day for the Lord is 1,000 years, right? So therefore it seems that maybe day is a relative standard. Maybe this is a long period of time over which God created things. Other people say maybe they were 24-hour days, but there's nothing that's said about maybe thousands of years, millions of years happening in between. Again, I have to put myself in the place of, let's say, Christians, Jesus claims this is a book written by Moses, so it's like, okay, if God is speaking to Moses, this guy who lived thousands of years ago, no access to modern science, technology, hasn't been a student at Queens, and God is trying to explain to him how the universe was created. I just could see God sitting down and being like, right, Moses, okay, so, like the sun, I made that first. Not exactly fact, as science tells it to us, but I don't know if it was meant to be, and yet it doesn't get too many things wrong. But I think the real question is, maybe the Bible isn't addressing science because there are questions that matter more. What can science tell you? It can tell you things you can be confident about, but are those really meaningful things? Can you know, is love something that you can explain it chemically, but is that all it is? Is right and wrong, we've been conditioned this way, it allows for the survival of the species, okay, but is that all it is? I think that many of us, when we think about what our lives are most about, it's justice, it's about our family, and I think that a lot of these more meaningful things are simply outside the realm of what science can tell us. So I think I would say, I'm not surprised the Bible focuses on those other things. But if there are particular questions this person's asked about, want to chat about, I'm happy to chat with them.
Wonderful, okay. Last question, just due to time, but again, if you want to chat more, please come down to the front at the end. Logan will be here for a little bit longer. We'll be here for a little bit longer. And soon we'll also have an announcement that can show you a great way to continue these conversations. But yeah, we will be around. Email there. He loves emails. He was just telling us earlier that he loves continuing these conversations past this. So please do continue asking these questions. Okay, last one for tonight. What makes Christianity the right religion?
Well, I think you've heard me yammer on a lot about fine-tuning and so forth. Maybe I'll answer this in a bit of a different way. When C.S. Lewis was asked, what makes Christianity different from all the other religions? He said, that's easy. It's grace. Grace is merit that you don't deserve. And I think you shouldn't just believe something because it's nice. I've tried to give reasons why I think the Christian faith is really true. But again, I like this pairing of, does God exist and does it matter? I want to end by this question of, does it matter? I feel I resonate with David Foster Wallace because I feel that we are naturally wired to have this sense that my sense of value and worth is something I have to earn. But I think our experience is that when we try to find that in these different things, our careers, our sense of friends, our family, a significant other, that we just find it doesn't fill up that sense of longing we have in us to be whole, to have that peace that we know we're meant to have. And I think this is the difference, between works and grace. Because every other religion, I think, actually fits into what David Foster Wallace is saying. It says if you do enough good things, then you'll get into heaven, right? There's one religion that talks about an angel on your right shoulder and your left shoulder that's writing down, the good things you do and the bad things you do. But I think in the end, that still leads you to have a very high-strung life because you never know if you've done enough. You never know if you're above that, B plus, A minus cutoff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes down to one small point. How do I know if I've made it? And I think this is the beautiful thing that Christian faith offers, that it says to you, actually, the nuts, amazing, crazy thing is that before you had changed a single thing in your life, that God had loved you, that he loved you to the point of sending someone to die for you, to live that life you couldn't live, so that that perfect life could be applied to you, so that you could be with God forever. And to receive that, you don't need to change a thing in your life in terms of earning it. It's simply a matter of seeing what God has done for you, handing over the keys and saying, I see how you've given me everything on the cross, and I now turn my life and offer all of it now back to you. Change is involved, but feeling that sense of value and worth and security, all of that comes not from what I'm now doing for God, but because of what he's already given me. And I know that from what he's already given me in Christ. So I just would say, my heart goes out to you. If you resonate with David Foster Wallace, I just would say, that's how we're wired, but I don't think it's how we have to live. I think what Christ offers us, this love that's unconditional, I think that is the solution that we've all been longing for. And it is, as Nick was telling us, it is the best thing if you've never known that.
Well, thank you so much, Logan, and thank you all for your questions.